Hello everybody and welcome back to some Euro Truck Simulator 2, doing a Let's Play on SimGamerTV's Sunday afternoon drive. As is always the case, we're going to go ahead and grab this player time for the highlight we got going on here. Make sure my windows are arranged the way I like it and get back in the game. So, our delivery that we're picking up and moving here is actually, we're going into the United Kingdom, which means we'll be driving on the other side of the road here in a bit, but first I need to hook up this trailer. And we're grabbing... We're grabbing a load of trucks, which you can kind of see in the mirror there. We'll get a better view of it when we get closer. Oh, before I get too much further, I should pull up the old skills here. Progress history. Did a little bit of playing off camera, got level 7, and picked up another ADR. I got non-flammable, I think it's non-flammable gas. So we have those available to run around now. But right now, we're moving these guys, these trucks here. Let's see. Not that button. These buttons. There we go. That's what we got. What brand are we moving anyway? Scania. Haha, that's funny. Got some Scania trucks being delivered by MAN. Scania trucks, courtesy of MAN. As soon as this delivery is done, we're going to be hitting up the bank and paying off one of our loans. So that will be really helpful. I forgot to start a timer. There we go. Alright, we're driving basically to the other side of the United Kingdom. So we're going to take a ferry, cross the pond, as it were. Speed limit 50? Is that what it is? Yep. Okay. So we're pretty far, well, not too far, but we're somewhat far away from our Scandinavian home of Norway. Trucks entering and leaving the freeway. That one's looks like it's a pallet truck with its own little tractor crane on it. Alright, speed limit 80. Time to drop the hammer. Oh, windmills. We have a bunch of windmills about an hour and a half away from where not even an hour, yeah, about an hour and a half away from where I live in Washington State. So there's this valley that's pretty reliably windy, especially during the spring and fall. So they generate a lot of power during the spring and fall. I mean, it's almost always windy in the spring and fall in this particular county. And it's frequently windy in the summer. Why are you going so slow, car? Oh, everyone else is up ahead of you is slowing down. Alright, fine. Pulling into the ferry terminal. I'm gonna end up in Great Britain. Or United Kingdom. There was one cargo load up to Edinburgh, but that one didn't look as interesting as this one. So I got this one instead. Off camera, I did grab a little delivery, which was just a helicopter, basically from Amsterdam to Rotterdam. All right. We're heading to that one. Yep. Honk. So someone needs to get on and make the game Ferry Terminal Simulator. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I gotta drive on the left side of the road. One second. I'll just make sure this is scrolled up to the right spot. And there we go. So Gmod's asking a great question about showing my employees and skills to put that up on the spreadsheet. So yeah, we'll definitely show those in a little while. Probably at the end of the delivery, we can wrap up the episode with those type of stats. Let's go. Speed limit's 48. Oh, so things here are going to be in miles per hour. That means speed limit's like 25 miles per hour, maybe 30 miles an hour. Just like it is in the good old US. When the entire scientific world works in kilometers per hour or meters per second. This is a busy roundabout. Don't tase me, bro. Speed limit is 80 kilometers an hour, otherwise known as, I think, 50 miles per hour. Now it's 60. No, it said it was 60, but the GPS says 80 is fine. I'm going to go with 80. Need to shift. Oh, my engine rev too high. So they're using pavement here instead of asphalt, it looks like. Slightly different road surface. Excuse me. There we go. That's more like it. Still got 2 hours and 32 minutes on this particular delivery. But you get to see the lovely English countryside. This is going to be a pretty nice episode. Lots of stuff getting accomplished. Because we got that level. Speed limit's 97 kilometers an hour now. So, whoa, I need to turn. Hit the brakes. Those guys all have turn lanes. Some cars coming though. Looks like he's letting me in. Hear the constant rattle of my steering wheel as the force feedback, you know, transmits the engine noise to the steering wheel. The reason I have that on is not for the feel of it, or not for the noise of it, but for the feel of it, so you can actually, because you know, in a real car, you'd actually feel a little bit of the engine vibration in the steering column. So there you have it. Newcastle and Edinburgh, this way. Pulling up a hill. I guess I can turn my blinkers off, you think? I left them on since the ferry. My truck is loaded down with bling. Speed limit 80 on a two-lane head-on roadway seems awfully fast to me, but whatever. I think in the United States, the NTSB and the National Transportation Safety Board, or something, has a rule about two-lane highways like this not having a speed limit that's too fast. Like, I think the maximum I've ever seen is 60 or 65 miles an hour, and even then, for the 65 miles an hour, it was there was a wide division between the center to the two lanes. Because just the risk and the energy that you would get into a head-on collision at that speed is just devastating. There is actually a myth that was busted recently by Mythbusters about the amount of energy that happens in a head-on collision. Yes, the total amount of energy for a head-on collision between two objects is going to be the sum of each object colliding into each other, right? But then that's also divided between the two participants in the collision. So running into someone head-on at 70 miles an hour is not the same as running into a solid object at 140 miles an hour, as was hypothesized. It's actually smashing into someone head-on at 70 miles an hour is precisely the same as smashing into a immovable concrete barrier at 70 miles an hour. It is, however, true to say that if two cars collide at, say, 45 miles an hour head-on, that would be the same amount of energy as a moving vehicle colliding with a stationary vehicle at 90 miles an hour. Because the force of the impact is divided by the two vehicles. You know, the second vehicle is going to want to move and absorb some of that energy. I thought that was a really interesting episode of Mythbusters. Kind of explaining and correcting that misnomer that a head-on collision is at some velocity is exactly the same as running into a solid object at twice the velocity. But the point is, on a two-lane road with traffic coming head-on, there's a much higher risk of you being surprised, because the amount of time you have to react is half as much time as you would if you were all of a sudden saw a solid object in front of you. If you're going 90 kilometers an hour and you see a solid object in front of you, you have a certain amount of time to react before you hit that solid object. Whereas if you see another object heading directly at you head-on also at 90 kilometers, you have half the time to react for the same given distance. And that's where the problem lies, in allowing speed limits to get too high on two-lane roads. I like how this you can see the sun rays sort of like having the shadows from the tassels on there on my curtain. I'm pretty sure my truck has a limiter and says no faster than 90 for you. How much further we have to go? 25 minutes in game, so about a minute or so. Services. Yep, I always keep my lights on for safety, even though it's daytime. Just double checking that they were actually on. Whoa. Left to Manchester. And there is a lot of traffic around here. Whoa, he's gonna crash. I can see it on the GPS. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. The posted speed limits are in miles per hour, the little signs you see, and what's telling me in the GPS is the kilometers per hour conversion. That's very helpful. Otherwise, I'd have to be doing that in my head. And I know I don't have the conversion rate completely memorized. Oh, I should probably drive around here and get that thing discovered. Well, it looks like we'll automatically discover it probably when we go make this delivery, so that's fine. I'm on the wrong side of the road. Yep, delivering a truckload of trucks here. Look at that parking job. Oh. $8,497, 314 experience done on this one. So let's go ahead and take a look at our company manager. And take a look at our drivers. We have Melanie Q, who has put 4 points now into long distance driving and a couple into fragile stuff, and she's now making $33.15 per day. He's still leveling up stuff, I guess. Hasn't actually gotten this point yet, so he had a smattering of things. He's set to long distance, so there's his skills. They are both... Oh, she's 3.3 now. Her driver rating is 3.3. His is still 1.7. He's making more per kilometer, but not nearly as much per day. I think hopefully that will exponentially increase as he gets his long distance training in. My garage in Oslo is showing 64% productivity, which is pretty good. So let's go ahead and get this bank loan taken care of. We now have... Wait, what? Oh, I'm shy. Bummer. I thought for sure this delivery is going to get me over the edge of that. I am shy by a little bit. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a $10,000 loan. And repay the bigger one. And the reason for that, so you can see, like this one's only going to be $290 per day. This one has $2,888 per day. If I repay that, I have a lot more disposable income coming in now. So that will make things easier. How much does it cost to upgrade my garage? It is about $100,000 to upgrade that. And then I need trucks. So it's going to be like $300,000, or I'm sorry, 300,000 euro to get this upgrade done and fully functional, plus hiring drivers. So we're going to be doing that some other time. And here it is, the current incarnation of Little Miss Sunshine, with all the bling still attached and everything, running good. Now I only have $6,901 because I paid off a loan, a big section of loan, but that'll make a big difference. Are there any better drivers out there? I know I don't have any slots. I'm looking for any better drivers. Nope. Just thinking if there's anyone with a rating higher than 1.7. So that's going to be it for this episode. I will say thanks for watching. And if you're tuning in live, stick around because we're going to do more driving around. As my wheel resets, we'll run some credits. SimGamerTV's Sunday Afternoon Drive is live on Saturdays at noon Pacific. The views, opinions, and commentary expressed are those of the author and may not reflect the views of SCS Software. Thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye. As I wave at the camera, even though my face isn't on there.